Talk about stranger than fiction. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 fan theories that were right. For this list, we're taking a look at instances in popular culture, including film, television, and books, where fans predicted certain plot lines before they officially became canon. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. Keep in mind that we can't talk about any of these theories without delving into spoiler territory.
The word doctor means mighty warrior.
Number 10. Bernard is a version of Arnold, Westworld.
There's something else bothering you, Bernard. I know how that head of yours works.
Even before its first season was over, Westworld had the internet buzzing with fan theories. Blurring the line between artificial intelligence and intelligence in general, the show kept audiences guessing who was an android and who was a human being.
They were talking to the same imaginary person. Someone named Arnold?
Early on, many fans speculated that programmer Bernard was more machine than man. Some fans took this theory to the next level, predicting that Bernard was not only a robot with a false backstory, but he was also a recreation of Arnold, the park's deceased co-creator.
Are they real? The things I experienced, my wife, the loss of my son.
Every host needs a backstory, Bernard, you know that.
The writers dropped numerous hints leading up to this shocking revelation. Perhaps the subtlest detail is that Bernard Lowe is actually an anagram for Arnold Weber.
My God, I'm
Arnold.
Number 9. Humanity got the word doctor from the Doctor. Doctor Who.
You can wait a long time for the doctor, but he's worth it, okay?
Over the years, Doctor Who has inspired numerous fan theories. For example, quite a few fans suspected that the TARDIS was intended to have 6 pilots.
Designed to have 6 pilots, and I have to do it single-handed.
Another fan cooked up the theory that humankind derived the English word doctor from the show's titular character. After all, the Doctor has aided countless individuals across space and time, so wouldn't it make sense if humanity named healers after the Doctor?
Doctor. The word for healer and wise man throughout the universe. We get that word from you, you know.
The guy who posted this fan theory online back in 1995 was none other than Stephen Moffat, who eventually became the showrunner for the Doctor Who revival. So, naturally, he didn't hesitate to make his theory a reality. Is that cheating? Maybe, but it's still pretty cool.
But if you carry on the way you are, what might that word come to mean?
Number 8. Negan kills 2 people instead of 1. The Walking Dead.
This is Lucille. And she is awesome.
Season 6 of The Walking Dead ended on a killer note, with Negan breaking out Lucille and mercilessly beating somebody to death. The murder was presented from the victim's point of view, leaving the audience on a brutal cliffhanger.
Taking it like a champ.
Many fans figured that Glenn would be the most likely casualty, seeing how Negan killed him in the comics. Leading up to the Season 7 premiere, however, fan group The Spoiling Dead shared a theory that Negan would kill not 1, but 2 members of Rick's group.
Back to it.
In addition to Glenn, Abraham's life was expected to meet a brutal end. The theory was dead on, as both of these fan favorites ultimately got the axe. Well, got the bat. Number 7. Chuck is God, supernatural.
Well, there's only one explanation. Obviously, I'm a god.
If you're a divine being that wants to hide in plain sight amongst humans, calling yourself Chuck Shirley is a good way to throw people off track. By the end of Season 5, many Supernatural fans were convinced that this mysterious author was God.
Mistress Magda.
No, Chuck?
Chuck wrote about Sam and Dean's adventures in his book series, making him a creator with a clear connection to the Winchesters.
Oh, crap.
What?
I can feel them.
Even more telling, Chuck can feel the presence of angels, and Castiel even referring to him as a prophet of the Lord.
He's a prophet of the Lord.
The Chuck is God debate went on for a few more years until Mr. Shirley finally revealed his true nature to Metatron. Chuck be praised.
God.
Number 6. Why Klingons have forehead ridges. The Star Trek franchise.
I am Kur, military governor of Organia.
Since the original Star Trek series didn't have the biggest budget, Klingons weren't the most distinctive-looking aliens. When the franchise transitioned to the big screen, however, the filmmakers could afford more sophisticated makeup effects. Klingons underwent significant physical changes, most notably developing forehead ridges. For any series with a devoted fanbase, however, that sort of change needs an explanation. Among numerous theories, some Trekkers came to the conclusion that Klingons must have tinkered with genetic experimentation at one point. In Season 4 of Star Trek Enterprise, fans were finally given a proper explanation.
You were trying to create Klingon augments.
Turns out that genetic manipulation was to blame, both for Klingons losing their natural ridges and the varying degrees of ridging seen today.
Starfleet intelligence believes the Klingons have a genetic research facility on Kuvar colony.
Number 5, Stanley's cameos are all the same character, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Superheroes in New York? Give me a break.
Before the Marvel Cinematic Universe was even around, Stan Lee had a habit of popping up in films based on comic book creations. Since the MCU is one entity though, there was mass speculation that Lee's cameos shared a common thread.
Can I have my shoe back?
It'd be a huge coincidence if that random citizen, mental patient, and Hugh Hefner wannabe all just happened to look alike. The theory seemed more legit than ever following Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, where Lee appeared as a Watcher's informant that's taken on various different roles, including a FedEx driver.
Are you Tony Stank?
Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige backed the theory up shortly after, revealing they always thought it would be a fun idea.
Hey, you were supposed to be my lift home. How will I get out of here? Hey, gee, I've got so many more stories to tell.
Number 4, all of his movies are connected, the Quentin Tarantino universe.
Hi! How you doing? Enjoying it? I hope so.
Speaking of cinematic universes, did you know Quentin Tarantino's movies are all tied together? Die-hard fans of the writer-director have noticed several parallels over the years. For example, Donnie Donowitz from Inglourious Basterds and Lee Donowitz from True Romance share the same last name. Big Kahuna Burger has been referenced multiple times. As for Vic and Vincent Vega, they're brothers. On an Australian talk show, The Project, Tarantino finally explained how his films are linked. As he puts it, every character inhabits his realer-than-real universe, but there's also a special movie universe.
So basically, when the characters of Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction, when they go to the movies, Kill Bill is what they go see. Right. From Dusk Till Dawn is what they go see.
Huh, that would actually explain the similarities between Kill Bill and Mia Wallace's failed television pilot, Fox Force 5.
Fox as in we're a bunch of foxy chicks. Force as in we're a force to be reckoned with. And 5 as in there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us.
Number 3, Harry is one of Voldemort's Horcruxes, the Harry Potter novel series.
Can you only spit the soul once?
During Harry's 6th year at Hogwarts, it's revealed that Voldemort divided his soul into 7 pieces and contained them inside Horcruxes. As long as all of these objects exist, he who must not be named can never be defeated. This sparked a popular theory that Harry is one of the Horcruxes, explaining his connection to the Dark Lord. As it turns out, Voldemort accidentally imparted a fragment of his soul onto Harry when he first tried to murder him.
A part of Voldemort's soul latched itself onto the only living thing it could find. Harry himself.
Whether you saw this twist coming or not, it hit us all hard when Harry realized that he would have to sacrifice himself to vanquish Voldemort. Fortunately, Harry is given another shot at life once his ties to Voldemort are severed.
I have to go back, haven't I?
Oh, that's up to you.
Number 2, they were in purgatory, or close enough, lost. Throughout Season 1, it was widely believed that the passengers of Oceanic Flight 815 died in the plane crash, and the island they're stranded on is purgatory. While that's not exactly how things played out, the theory essentially came true in the end. At the beginning of Season 6, the story starts jumping between the original timeline and a flash sideways timeline where the plane never crashed. It's ultimately revealed that this timeline exists somewhere between life and death, where our characters are given a chance to let go before moving on.
Should've let that happen, man. I was supposed to die.
While there are a few different ways to interpret the finale, it's hard to deny that this place has limbo written all over it.
Are you real? I sure hope so.
Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Father!
Right. That rat is Hamato Yoshi.
The author of the journals. My brother.
Number 1, Rhaegar plus Liana equals Jon. Game of Thrones.
Hold the door! Hold the door! Hold the door!
Many years ago, one attentive fan began to piece together the meaning of Hodor's name when George R.R. Martin asked him to hold the door. That's admittedly awesome, but our top spot goes to the R plus L equals J theory. According to this theory, Jon Snow isn't Ned Stark's bastard. He's actually the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark, Ned's sister. Although Martin still hasn't finished writing the books, the theory was proven correct in Season 6 of Game of Thrones. It's since been clarified that Jon's birth name is Aegon Targaryen, making him the rightful heir to the Iron Throne.
His name is Aegon Targaryen.
Whoa, hold on. So wouldn't that mean that Daenerys and Jon are, oh god.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.